Hey, happy Sunday, everyone. It's Joe of Sports Grid, and it's time for Puck It with Joe. We've got 5 games to go over. These games are starting later, but I wanted to get you out these bets as soon as possible. I do think there's value on some of the dogs today, especially the Washington Capitals. So we're going to get to that game in just a moment. We're going to kick off with the first game here on the slate. We're going to look at the matchup between the Vancouver Canucks and the Chicago Blackhawks. Now, this one starts at 3 o'clock Eastern. Just looking at current odds over on FanDuel. If you're looking for any of these bets, that's where I get my odds from. Minus 225 here for the Vancouver Canucks. Now, plus 184 for the Chicago Blackhawks. We know how much this team has been struggling. And Vancouver entering off a loss on a back-to-back. Now, that total of 6.5 juice to the under at minus 118. Right away, I do think this one stays under the total. We know the Chicago Blackhawks have been struggling to find the back of the net. You look at Connor Bedard for the anytime goal, and other than that, this team doesn't have the playmakers and the ability to find the back of the net, only averaging 2.31 goals per game. And today they're going to be facing a Demko. So looking at the Chicago Blackhawks team total, let me just pull up odds on that. It's one I haven't placed yet, but that is exactly what I love in this one. That team total to the under for the Chicago Blackhawks is coming in under 2.5 at minus 112. I struggle to see them getting 3 goals in this one. So I do think there's extreme value in Chicago. Under Connor Bedard, I think will find the back of the net. So if you want a goal scorer, it's a dangerous one in this one, taking Connor Bedard, but he's been phenomenally strong. Now, the Vancouver Canucks off that loss to the Minnesota Wild last night in a shootout. Heartbreaking loss for them. I do expect them to get on the board and get on the board fast in this one. Quinn Hughes has been absolutely fantastic. Pettersson as well. So you can look at either of those players for the anytime goal. I do think this one stays under that total of 6.5. I just think it's too high. Even if we see the Vancouver Canucks put 4 goals on the board, I think at most we get 2 out of the Chicago Blackhawks. So that puts us at 6. Total 6.5 minus 118 to the under is where I'd go with this one. This is game 2 on the road for the Vancouver Canucks as well. So not a tired situation here for them. 5 of the last 7 meetings between these two 5 of the last 6 between these two have gone under that total. And the last meeting, we saw Vancouver get the shutout win, and it was last season, 3-0 over the Chicago Blackhawks. So I do think this is a nice way to go. You guys, I appreciate each and every one of you for jumping in here this morning. Let's make some freaking money. Yeah, I can see the Vancouver Canucks covering that puck line, laying the 1.5. I do think they get on the board rather quick in this one. So I would look maybe that puck line in the first period. I always feel a lot more confident that first period puck line, especially with a team like the Vancouver Canucks versus the Chicago Blackhawks, just coming straight out of the gate, putting their best foot forward. Let's look at the Washington Capitals taking on the Carolina Hurricanes. This is a game I do think we have the Capitals barking in. Now, current odds on this one, plus 188 on the money line for the Washington Capitals. You guys know I'm sprinkling on that. Minus 230 here for the Carolina Hurricanes. Now, total of 5.5. That 5.5 juice to the over at minus 140 to the under at plus 112. If you think Washington can keep it tight but not win this, you can take them plus 1.5 on that puck line. There is value at minus 137. I don't hate that. I do think I'm going to put a full unit on the puck line and then a half a unit on that money line for the Washington Capitals. Now, right now we have Darcy Kuemper expected in net. We don't have a number yet for his save shots on goal. My basis of this game is expecting Darcy Kuemper to come in. I do like what we've seen out of him. And while his number isn't too fantastic, and it's not the Darcy Kuemper of the Colorado Avalanche days, if this defense can give him more support, I do think he has the opportunity to go over his props tonight. We look at the Carolina Hurricanes. They're the number 2 shooting team in the league, averaging 34.1 shots on goal per game. We will see them come out on with that energy, with that fire, being able to shoot the puck on him. We're going to need Washington's defense, one, to step up, and we also need Darcy Kuemper to have a huge day. The Washington Capitals allowing 31 shots on goal. So with the Canes averaging 34.1, the Capitals allowing 31. If Darcy Kemper's number comes out at 29.5, I'm confident to take that to the over. I expect the Canes to put up enough shots in this one for that one to go over for him on his prop. Now, this is the second night of a back-to-back, and I know there's a lot of situations where you want to fade a team on the second night of a back-to-back. It's not the case for the Washington Capitals. They've won all 4 games this season on the second night of a back-to-back. So that money line looking pretty attractive with that stat. I do think you can circle Ovechkin here for the anytime goal. That's coming in around plus 155. OV just has been phenomenal out there. He really does put this team on his shoulders, and I do think he will find success in this one today. Now, looking at this total, I have to go over at 5.5. I would love to say Washington locks down completely, but it's going to be pretty hard here for them to lock down so much that this one stays under that 5.5. Could I see it being a 3-2? Yeah, I could see it finishing 3-2 and staying under. I don't love this total, you guys. I would probably stay off this total instead of betting it. But the Washington Capitals puck line and the Washington Capitals on that money line. Now, we look at the Carolina Hurricanes. They haven't covered the puck line in 4 of their last 5. And looking at the Capitals, they have covered the puck line in 4 of their last 5 and 15 of their last 20 games. So I think it's a strong one here. We also see the Canes 5 and 6 on that puck line at home. So good luck. If you guys are betting this one under Fields for Chicago passing yards, around 180. Oh, Tony, that's going to be a really tight one for Fields. Justin Fields, so good with his legs. I think he probably gets that rushing touchdown. I could see him going over his rushing yards. That passing, though, I don't know if he's going to be able to get it on the Browns. So I probably would go under as well. I like where you're going with that one, Tony. And yeah, happy holidays, Tony. Okay, let's look at the next one here. Okay, so we've got 2 games down. We got 2 left to go. I gave you Ovechkin for the anytime goal. I almost said touchdown. My brain started thinking football. I'm super excited for today's flight. So I had to get these out. I might actually have a mimosa and watch a game. So that's my plan for the next little bit here. Let's look at the Anaheim Ducks. The Anaheim Ducks are taking on the New Jersey Devils. Now the Ducks, a huge jog at plus 215, minus 265 here for the Devils, total 6.5. 6.5 choose to the over at minus 118. If you think the Ducks can keep it tight, I don't. Plus 1.5 at minus 110. If you think the New Jersey Devils are going to blow them out of the water, minus 1.5 at minus 110. We're not getting the value that I want to take the New Jersey Devils on the puck line, but I do think it's the right side. Yes, this team is on the second night of the back-to-back, but I can't trust the Anaheim Ducks. This team is absolutely reeling right now. They've lost their last 5. They lost that last game to the Rangers in a game I actually thought they were quacking a little bit and might be able to keep it tight with the Rangers look-ahead situation, because when we looked at that game was on Friday. The Rangers had the Boston Bruins on deck. The Rangers didn't have a look ahead at all. They completely steamrolled over the Ducks, winning that 5-1. And then yesterday, they got that beautiful win over the Boston Bruins. If you were watching Sports Grid last night, Scott Wetzel and I, we had about a 10-second window or 30-second window. We started talking about the Rangers were down 1-0. So Boston leading. And I said, look at the value on the New York Rangers. It was plus 350 for them to come back in that game and get the win. Now, this was right before they got that goal to tie this one up. We know how that played out. The Rangers got the win, but that's how quick these lines do move when you're live betting them. And I tell you, I can't stress it enough. Live betting these games, when you go into it, knowing which side you really feel confident in. We couldn't get the Rangers at plus 350 going into that game, but when they were down, if you're watching that game, seeing how they were playing, it was easy money. Did we cash it? No, because we couldn't get our bet in time. Like, seriously, we started talking about it, and instantly those lines locked. The Rangers tied it up. So you got to hit it. I should have just started betting it while we were talking it, and there was no opportunity. I do believe, though, back in this game, sorry, I totally squirreled, you guys. I do think the Devils can get the win, cover that puck line. I know they're only 1-11 on the puck line at home. This isn't a team that instills a lot of faith on the puck line, but I'm done with the Ducks. I think the Ducks haven't quacked for a long time. Yes, they've been covering that puck line on the road 6-4. I can't back them. One thing I do like is the Devils to come out just strong from the start. The Devils to score the first goal in the first period, coming in at -115. I know we missed one of those bets yesterday, and I can't remember which team it was. They ended up scoring the first goal right out of the gate in that second period, but I do think this is an opportunity here. Okay, let's look. We're flying. We're flying, you guys. It's almost football time. Let's get through these bets super quick in this one. We're going to look at the Ottawa Senators taking on the Vegas Golden Knights. Now, over on FanDuel, those odds are the Ottawa Senators +158. The Vegas Golden Knights at -192 off the loss to the Buffalo Sabres. Total of 6.5. Now, that's 6.5 -110. Either way, if you're looking at those puck lines, I tell you, it was a little bit better earlier, +1.5 for the Sens. It's now +1.5 at -152. Laying the 1.5 for the Vegas Golden Knights is now at +126. So value on that side. I'm not sure if I can get behind Vegas in the puck line. And yes, they are the better team, and they should dominate over the Ottawa Senators. But this Ottawa Senators team is so scrappy out there. They keep fighting to the very end. I do think we could see them have success in this one and cover that puck line. I'm just not willing to lay the juice here. I think if that is the case, we will see that first period be chaos out there on the ice, with the Ottawa Senators probably coming out, finding the back of Thompson's net really quick. Now, Korpisalo expected in the net for the Ottawa Senators. He hasn't been his best this year, you guys. I'm waiting for Korpisalo to get that shutout win. Could it be versus Vegas? I don't think so. Vegas has been so phenomenally strong. So I'm going to look at that first period over 1.5. I do expect both teams to score. But just in case it's Vegas who comes out and scores 2 quick ones on Korpisalo, because we know he's not playing up to his abilities so far this season, I do like it. And Vegas has been absolute money for their team total, except for the last game versus the Sabres on Friday, in which they only scored 2 goals and they allowed 5. So I expect this one to start off with those goals coming out. Vegas, this is their last game home before a 4-game road trip on a deck. They face the Canes, the Lightning, and the Panthers. The Ducks will be after Christmas on the road as well. But yeah, the Ottawa Senators can't keep the puck out of the back of the net. So kind of scary one there. Let's look at the next game on the board. And the last game, 8 p.m. Eastern, you guys. We got the San Jose Sharks taking on the Colorado Avalanche. Colorado hasn't looked like themselves as of late. They're struggling going into the holidays. We're looking at this team, though, a $3 favorite. I can't lay -300. You guys know that. We got +240 on the Sharks, who is a scrappy team, never give up. And we have that puck line. +1.5 on the Sharks at +104, -1.5 on the Avs at -125. Total 6.5, -110 juice to both sides. Looking at this matchup, do you guys remember the game that Mackenzie Blackwood was absolutely lights out? That was versus Colorado. Cale Makar in that third period ruined his game. He was going for the shutout. Do you know how many safe shots he had before Cale Makar hit him in that third period? 51. The Colorado Avalanche peppered him. We know the San Jose Sharks defense never gives their goaltending support. This is one of their issues. Another issue is their offense. Their offense has been struggling. You look at the wins, though, this season that they've had as of late, this team really turning things around. Now, they're still only 3-12 on the road and 9-18 straight up. So I'm not saying the San Jose Sharks are a better team in any condition right now than the Colorado Avalanche, but every dog has its day. Every shark has its day. And I do think the San Jose Sharks are live. They're not barking. They're barking because they're a dog, but they don't quack like the dogs. What sound does a shark make? Doesn't make a sound. Does it? Do sharks make noise? Whales do. I don't know. Okay, that is another swirling effect of my brain. That's where it goes. I do think the Sharks +1.5 on that puck line is a great way to go. You can take them first period, +0.5 goal at +134. I like that as well. Tom Hurdle here for the anytime goal. We know he has been the driver of this team. That's coming in at +200. Blackwood save shots on goal. Let me see if this prop has come up yet. I'm really hoping Blackwood is confirmed, because that's why my basis of this bet is. It's because of Mackenzie Blackwood. He has save shots on goal over 30.5 save shots. Give it to me all day long. I'm going to bump up Mackenzie Blackwood too. I'm looking at these odds right now. 32 plus save shots at plus 118. 33 plus save shots at plus 146. How high can we go, you guys? I wouldn't go over 33 plus 146. If you want to get crazy and think he can have a phenomenal game just like the last, we know the San Jose Sharks allow their goaltenders to be peppered. So look at this number. They allow an average of 36.3 shots on goal per game. We have Colorado averaging 32.2. I do think this is going to be a higher scoring one. We've got the Avs on the second night of a back-to-back. So either way, I do think the Avs put at least 40 shots on Blackwood. He saves 4 of those. Let's look at that. 4 of those, 37 plus save shots on goal. No, that's too high. 36 plus. So then 40, he can allow 4 in, right? 35 plus. Give me 35 plus save shots on goal. I don't like that wiggle room. That's coming in at plus 235. I think he can get there. Like I said last time, 51 save shots on goal. You can only take him to 50 plus save shots. That's as high as FanDuel will go. Plus 5,500. Can he do that again? You guys, plus 5,500. I don't think we're getting that many shots. $1 pays 550, $10. Or sorry, dollar plays 55, $10, 550. He's not getting there. But if we take it to 40 plus 680, I'm getting greedy now. Let's just take it to 34 plus save shots on goal for Mackenzie Blackwood. He absolutely has to stand on his head. You guys, it's going to be a great day out there on the ice. I want to thank you so much for joining me over here. Let's make some freaking money. Make sure you like, retweet this video. I really appreciate it. It's why I get up every day and do this for you guys. Have a good one. Let's make some freaking money. The football games are kicking off right now. I got a mimosa with my name on it. You guys enjoy. Yes, Doug, the Sharks plus 1.5. Sprinkle on that money line. Let's go. Bye, guys.